Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching The Social Life, the place to be for entrepreneurs with a purpose who are ready to unleash their something amazing. So my name is Ashley Tate and my goal is to basically give you the roadmap as a founder to profit with purpose. Now, one of the things I want to talk about today are fees. Can nonprofits charge fees? And the big thing about the fee idea is in my last video, I talked all about income. And these are part of the same vein. But when I talked about income, I gave you a lot of different options that you could work off of for creating income for your nonprofit. So if you haven't watched that one, go ahead and watch that previous video, types of income for nonprofits. But in today's video, answering the question, can nonprofits charge a fee, is a little bit different because I want to dive into the different types of fees that are available to nonprofits and some misconceptions that go along with that. So the short answer to this question is yes, your nonprofit can charge a fee, but I want to first address one thing about nonprofits that has been a big misconception for a long time. One of the misconceptions I want to make clear is that a lot of nonprofits don't think of their organizations as a business, as they should, because this is really how nonprofits get the chance to grow and to think about sustainability and to think about income and profit, all the types of things that you would do to run a for-profit business. And I wish I had known this at the very beginning phase of my nonprofit when I was in that building phase and I was within that first year, because you can really make some key decisions about your nonprofit and the way it's going to be set up and the things that you're going to incorporate. And even if you are in that building phase and say you're even in the maintaining phase and you start to develop ways that you can create sustainability through maybe charging fees or adding in any types of those income options that I left in that last video, the key there is just to really communicate with your sponsors, with your donors, the people who support your organization, what you're doing and why you're doing it, and that you're starting to think of your organization as a business and you want to truly profit with purpose. And that's kind of the main goal of this channel. So I really want to just give you that permission to still make the change if you listen to this video and you're like, you know what, yeah, I want to start adding some fees in and I want to do some different types of income to really build up your nonprofit and help it be sustainable. So like I said, the answer to this question is yes. You can charge fees. However, the most important piece of this is that your fees can in no way, shape, or form be considered mandatory. You cannot imply that they are mandatory. You cannot say that they are mandatory. There are a few other guidelines that you'll want to keep in mind when you are thinking about charging a fee. But the most important one is truly that you don't want to give any impression that the fee that you're charging is mandatory. So those fees are completely reserved for hospitals, universities, large nonprofit institutions that have been sanctioned to be able to provide a mandatory fee. And as nonprofits under the 501c3, as a public benefit that most of us are applying for as a founder, we are not eligible for the mandatory fee section. So the options that you do have available though are the voluntary fee, the requested fee, and the membership fee. Requested fee, and you may have seen this when you've gone to other nonprofits, requested fees are more focused on placing a value on your organization and the service that you're offering, service program. And you can say, hey, the requested fee is, $15. Voluntary donation is, whatever you decide to give. And generally they have found that they are more successful when they use the requested fee terminology rather than the voluntary donation. And I think you can understand why, because there's more value in the requested fee, because that means that you have mandated how much you believe your organization is worth, and generally people respect that and they will give that amount. But if you leave it up to them as a voluntary donation, that can be a little bit tricky, because some people then feel like, well, I don't need to leave a donation because it's a donation, it's at will. But even though the requested is still at will, you couldn't badger someone. You could not say, hey, you got the service and we requested this amount. You have to just let it be. And generally at the requested level, most people will give because they understand that you are requesting this amount. You still are a public benefit corporation, but you do have the leeway and the license to go ahead and charge a requested or a voluntary donation fee, whichever one you choose to go with. And the membership fee is something like you might see at a museum or a park or something that's a nonprofit, and you're paying for that service to be a member and have access to a bevy of different options that go along, or services or programs that go along with that organization. So that's also another option. You really have to stop and look at what's the best way, the best option for your organization, or the best mix of options for your organization. And if you are interested in getting more information about that or going a little bit deeper, I did do a workshop on this specific area about monetizing your mission in the Social Life Academy. And if you're interested in that, the links will be down below in the description box, or you can also just go to my website, ashleytate.com, and you can find out a little bit more about what we do in the Academy and what it's all about. So I really hope that helped you kind of understand the different types of income from the last video I did, and then the types of fees that you're allowed to charge as a nonprofit. And the most important thing really is to just make sure that you are not making them mandatory. Now, one of the last things I want to add in is, if you are considering adding in fees to your organization, one of the things that you'll want to keep in mind is the language that you're using in your publication and materials. And if you aren't sure if it sounds mandatory and you've gone through your board and you guys really just aren't sure, you want to be safe, I would really talk to a lawyer and let a lawyer look over your information that you have, just to make sure that you are not using anything that can put your 501c3 in jeopardy, and making sure that it's very clear that it's voluntary or just requested or a part of a membership. So those things are really important. Those are key. And I just want to make sure I say that to you, because if you do talk to a lawyer for something like that, it's not going to be nearly as expensive as if the lawyer had to help create it for you. They're just looking over a document to make sure that you are within the guidelines of the IRS and able to keep your IRS status. So sometimes those are just things you want to do for peace of mind. So that's really the main thing. I just wanted to make sure I let you guys know all about that. And then lastly, if you guys are looking to connect and you want to go a little bit deeper, you can find me on Instagram at The Social Life Diaries. And if you're looking to start building your organization, you've already done your 501c3 and you're looking to start building that organization, come join us in the Academy. That's where I do monthly workshops that go a little bit deeper to help you connect your purpose and your mission to the people that you need to find it, right? So that you can start building that profit and start building your audience and things like that. And then lastly, if you have not joined the tribe, I'd love to have you. It is totally free, and there are tons of other people in there who are on the same journey that you are. And you can grab your invitation at ashleytate.com. And lastly, if you are starting up, or you are even considering starting a nonprofit and you don't want to miss any steps in the process, or you'd like tutorials or the step-by-step, I have a course called Unleash Your Purpose. Very proud of this course. We've gotten a lot of people to go through and get their 501c3 status in 30 days or less. It is a totally self-paced course, and you can find out more information on my website as well, on the homepage at ashleytate.com, and you can see that there's a video there. Just watch that video. It'll talk to you a little bit more about what the course is all about, and you can click the links in the description box below if you just like to find out about the course on the course page. So anyway, I know that was a lot to add in at the end there, but I truly hope this helps you. Do not wait on your dreams, and get out there and unleash your something amazing. This is something truly like the world needs, and only you can do it. So hopefully you'll get out there and do that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye guys.